Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl Skylise J, and I am back with another video. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel, honey. Welcome back to my channel, fam. Okay, love to see you here. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Okay, we all about getting our mental health together. We all about having self-care. Okay, making the right decisions, you know, leveling up, glowing up over here. All right, so if that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. So let's get into the video. So today's video, I just wanted to come talk to y'all about a sensitive subject or whatever, and by no means, I'm just going to give you a disclaimer. I'm not a physician, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a doctor. I am just here, you know, to give you some tips or, you know, some words of encouragement and some insight if you might be feeling a little stressed out, if you might be having a little bit of anxiety right now. Okay, if you are feeling like you are on the verge and you need to talk to a professional, talk to a professional. Okay, stop watching these YouTube videos, go talk to a professional and seek help. Okay, but this is for people who, like, you know, like me, who tend to have certain time periods or used to have, you know, certain little periods of time where they were just feeling down in the dumps and like stressed out and like have anxiety. Okay, so that's what we're going to get into today. So let's get into it. I was having Bible study the other day, and we was in the book of James, and that book was spitting. Okay, it was spitting. It had all the tea. All right, so let me tell y'all something. First of all, let me just tell y'all something. My youngins, and when I say my youngins, I mean like my young adults, you know, Generation Z, the millennials, you know what I'm saying? My youngins, here, this thing right here, this book right here, it got all the tea in it. Okay, it got all the tea, it got all words of wisdom, it got all that stuff in there. Okay, so most young people think that like the Bible is just like a rule book, you know, like saying you can't do this, you can't do that. That's not what it is. It's literally the most popular self-help book that exists. Okay, the Bible is a self-help book. Okay, it's a spiritual self-help book. Any self-help book that y'all be reading teaches the same thing that this Bible teaches you in layman's terms, and it just, instead of mentioning God, it just says the universe, or, you know, the higher power, or whatever it wants to say. But this thing right here, this Bible is literally the guide to life. Okay, so I'm gonna need y'all to start reading your Bible. You don't gotta read the whole thing all the way through. Okay, like just read a couple of verses a day, because it really be putting you on. Okay, like we just go through life like, oh, you know, life is hard, da 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 da, like this is real life, like, you know, I'm going through it. Let me ask y'all a question. Do you know why life is so hard? Of course, everything is not going to be perfect, but let me tell you why life is so hard. Let me put you on game, okay? Come here, let me tell you. Because we choose to do things the hard way. That's why life is so hard, okay? Because we blatantly choose to do things the way we're not supposed to do them, okay? If we did things the way we are supposed to do them, life would not be so hard. I'm not saying that your life is going to be perfect and you're never going to face any troubles or you're never going to go through anything, but the decisions that we make, when we choose to make a decision that we know is not the best decision, but we just say F it and do it anyway, that's us making our life harder, okay? Because listen, we choose to do things the hard way. That's why life is so hard for us, okay? At some point in our lives, when we keep doing things the wrong way and we keep not listening to the wisdom of God, and when I say the wisdom of God in here, okay, it tells us the right way that we're supposed to do things. It has endless stories, it has endless pointers, it has endless examples of how we should do things in life. That's why it's got so many pages in it. That's why it's so thick, okay? Because it literally tells us how we should do things and how God invented us or invented us, how God made us to do things. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect by any means. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. Everybody sins. Everybody makes bad decisions, okay? But you just have to make sure that you just don't keep doing the same thing over again. You have to educate yourself to make sure you don't keep doing the same thing over again, because if you just keep making the same bad decisions and you keep choosing to do things the hard way, you're going to make your life a lot more harder than you. That's why you're stressed out. That's why you got anxiety. That's why you feel guilty. That's why you feel depressed, like, because you keep doing things the wrong way. Okay, that's why you can't be comfortable and relaxed and have faith that stuff will work out, because you keep doing things the wrong way. Okay, so let me put y'all on game. So I was listening to Miles Monroe, and he had said something that was just like so true. When the creator of Apple invented the iPhone, he put an instruction manual in the box with the iPhone saying, this is my creation. The iPhone is my creation. These are instructions on how to take care of the iPhone so that it works at its best ability. If you don't follow these instructions and your phone don't work like it's supposed to, that's on you, right? The Bible is our instruction manual, okay? Because God created us, okay? We are His invention. We are His creation. He created this right here as an instruction manual to get us through life. So if we don't ever read this, because I know nobody ever reads the instruction manual when they buy stuff. They just throw it away, or they just leave it in the box and they just figure it out themselves. If we actually read this thing, then all the answers that you're looking for are in this book, okay? So it tells us what this, you know, what our good decisions or what our bad decisions and what we should do and what we should not do. But we choose to do things the hard way, and then when we get depressed and we get stressed out and we have anxiety and we have fear, we have guilt, we want to blame it on God testing us. And let me tell you something, boo. God does not test you with evil. He does not do stuff like that. Like, that's one thing I had to learn, because one of my biggest questions I will always ask is like how to know if God is telling me to do something, and how to know like if I should do it or not. Just look at like what you're being told to do, because God is not an author of confusion. Okay, He's not an author of fear. Okay, he doesn't do that. Okay, when you make bad decisions, and when I say bad decisions, I literally mean like you doing something that you know you're not really supposed to be doing, but you're going to do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like cheating on a test. If you didn't study for that test and you cheated on that test, you're going to be nervous, because you're going to be nervous the whole time you taking that test, because you're going to be scared that you're going to get caught cheating. Okay? So that fear and that anxiety comes from the decision that you made to not do the right thing. Okay? And for instance, you know, I'm always going to use this example because it just hits close to home. But for instance, I decided to have a child out of wedlock, right? So when you have a child out of wedlock and the person that you had that child with, stuff don't work out or whatever, you know, you get stressed, you like feel anxiety, like you get kind of scared, because you like, dang, like, you know, of course you want it to work out with the person you have a child with, so your child can have both of their parents in their life or whatever. So you know, kind of feel anxiety about that. That doesn't sit well with you. And like you just feel like you going through all this drama with y'all breaking up and all that extra stuff, and you feel like, you know, God is testing you because He has something better for you, which is partially true. God always has something better for you. He wants the best for us, right? But your decision to have that child out of wedlock was not what He put in the instruction manual. He did not say to do that in the instruction manual, right? So your decision to do it that way was not going along with what you're supposed to do. That wasn't a good decision for you to make, right? And That's why you're stressed out. That's why you're going through all this other extra stuff, because you did things the difficult way instead of doing it the way that he intended for us to do it, right? At some point, we have to decide to start doing things the right way in life. It's like once we make a decision to do something the wrong way or not do something the way that we're intended to do it, right? If we make a bad decision, we tend to think that the consequences of the bad decision is God testing us. Like, oh, you know, man, God, He's taking me through the ringer right now. He's taking me through the ringer. I know it's light at the end of the tunnel. He's not taking you through the ringer. He already at the other end waiting on you to get there and wondering why it's taking you so long. He's waiting at the other end like, I've been waiting here for hours and you took the long way. And I told you the shortcut, but you want to take the long way. And I've been here waiting for you. I was just waiting on you to show up. He don't take you through no ringer. He just not going to pull you out of your mess because he sees that you in a mess. Okay? He will let you struggle. He will let you struggle. And when you decide that you want better for yourself and you want to seek his wisdom and you want to know the right way to do things, and when you call on him and ask him for wisdom or whatever, that's when he'll speak to you and he'll tell you what to do. Okay? But if you're still choosing to make bad decisions and you're just living in it and you're just like, oh, I know he's going to get me through this. I mean, if you got yourself through that, great, but he just looking at you like, I'm waiting on you to ask me what to do. I'm waiting on you to ask for my help. But until you ask for my help, I'm just going to be over here helping the ones who want my help. You know what I'm saying? So you can't keep making bad decisions, and you can't keep blaming the universe or blaming whatever you want to blame that something is testing you. It's you. It's you that's making your life hard. It's you that's testing yourself. I understand imposter syndrome is real, where you feel like, you know, you don't have the right to act a certain way, or you don't have the right to be better, or, you know, to pursue something because of where you're currently at or where you were before. And that's not true. If you decided that you didn't want to smoke cigarettes anymore, you can move on from smoking cigarettes and you can advocate for other people to stop smoking cigarettes. Okay? Do not let nobody make you feel guilty. Like, how you gonna be telling people not to smoke cigarettes and you've been smoking cigarettes for years? You can smoke cigarettes for 10 years. Or for instance, if you know, smoke weed or whatever. If you smoke weed and you don't want to smoke weed no more, don't let people make you feel guilty for not smoking weed because you used to blow it down all day, every day before. Like, you don't do that anymore. It's okay for you to move on and do things in a better way. It's okay for you to level up and glow up and be a better person and do things the right way. Like, I know y'all have heard of that podcast. I'm not going to say his name, but because I don't have that many subscribers yet, but I'm not about to give him free advertisement. So, but I know y'all heard of that man who be cussing out women and stuff and like be rating women on a scale from 1 to 10 and stuff. So he gets on there and he tells like single moms that because they have a child already, they can't save themselves until they get married again, because you already done gave the goods up. So what makes you think that you can make somebody else wait if you didn't make your baby daddy wait? And I just feel like that's just not something to tell somebody. If somebody knows that having sex out of wedlock or sex before they were married or whatever, or sex too early on in the relationship got them to the spot that they're at and they don't like the spot that they're at, if they want to not do that anymore to make sure that doesn't happen again, what's wrong with that? You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't ever let nobody make you feel guilty for wanting better for yourself. Okay, you don't have to continue to make bad decisions, because once you know it's a bad decision and you keep doing it, that's insanity right there. You're gonna drive yourself insane. Okay, you're gonna drive yourself insane. That's why you up all night, and that's why like you got an attitude and you can't be happy for nobody, you can't be happy for yourself. That's why you're just, you know, down in the dumps all the time. That's why, because you just keep driving yourself insane by making the same bad decisions over and over and over again. It's like nowadays, it's like people just be doing everything like willy-nilly. Like, it's just every time I get on Instagram, I just see that somebody else is pregnant. And it's like, why is everybody such in a rush to have their boyfriend's baby? Why is everybody such in a rush to have their girlfriend's baby? Like, it is not all it hypes up to be. Like, the point, yes, children are lovely, children are wonderful, but it's even greater when you have two people who have a healthy relationship, who come together and decide to build a family and a foundation, and then they decide to have kids. Okay, like, it's just so much more like peace that comes with that. It's just like we have to stop just doing stuff willy-nilly and just rushing into doing stuff and not thinking about the consequences. We have to be slow to act on things. We really have to sit down and we have to seek the wisdom of God and see if this is something that we really, you know, need to be doing before we continue on to making that bad decision. Like, you know, when you're making a bad decision in life, and it's just like you have to really sit there and like thoroughly think through the consequences of things before you do them. We have to be slow to act, because when you make decisions hastily and you like hurry up and try to make a decision and you just do things and just be like, F it, you know, whatever, I'll just deal with the consequences later. Don't come crying when you're stressed out now. Don't come crying when you're stressed out. Don't be posting no memes talk about how, you know, life is smacking you in the face. Like, it's your fault. You're the one who's making life so hard. It's you. Okay, so we have to really make the conscious decision to want better for ourselves, and we have to put in that work. If you know that you want to lose 20 pounds, then you need to put the Snickers bar down. Okay, you need to put the ice cream down. You need to put the tater chips down. Okay, you need to stop drinking them sodas. You need to stop drinking that fruit punch. Okay, if you know that you want to buy a house and you need to save money, you need to stay out the mall. You need to stay off fashionova.com. You need to stay off Pretty Little Thing. You need to stop buying the new Jordans that come out. You need to stop. You need to stop taking them unnecessary trips 2 hours away down the street just to say you went somewhere. Okay, you need to stop going out to the club. You need to stop going out to the club, drinking, smoking hookah every weekend, spending $200 every weekend if you want to save money. Like, you have to make decisions to get the things that you want. It's anything that you want to achieve, there is a blueprint, and it's things that you should and you shouldn't do to be able to achieve that. You still can achieve it if you don't follow that blueprint, but it's going to take you a lot longer to get to where you need to go. You're going to go through a lot more twists and turns and traffic stops before you get to your destination. Okay, you're going to go through a lot of detours if you keep deciding to make the bad decisions and not make the right decisions when you're trying to achieve something. When you choose to do things the right way, you have freedom from stress, you have freedom from anxiety, worry, heartbreak, guilt, depression, all of that. When you make good, solid decisions, you don't have to worry about whether or not something is going to work out. That's when you have the faith to know something is going to work out. That's why the Bible talks about having faith so much. Because when you do things according to the instruction manual and you have faith, when you know you did things according to his word, you know for a fact it's going to work out because you know that you did it the right way. But when you do things the wrong way, that's when you feel worried and you don't have hope and you don't have faith that it's going to work out. That's when you can't trust it because you know you didn't do it right. You know you didn't do it right. Say, for instance, you put together a chair. Okay, you put together a dining room table and you didn't have all the tools that you need to put together. So you kind of like, you know, rigged it a little bit and put it together, and it's, you know, it's a little faulty. You're going to be nervous every time you go to eat at that table and you sit in that chair because you know you didn't put it together right. You know it's not stable and it's just going to collapse. And you're going to be sitting there scared to sit in the chairs because you know that you didn't follow the instructions to put it together the right way. Like, it's the same concept. Like, when you know that you did something the right way, that's when you have comfort and you can have faith and you can really trust the fact that it's going to work out the way it's supposed to work out. Okay? Like, I'm telling you, when you choose to do the right thing and you choose to do things the right way, you have total freedom. And I know because now in our society, in today's society, you can see on social media everything. Well, not everything, but you can see a lot of people's lives. People show a lot of their lives on social media. So you might look at somebody else, like a celebrity or something, and you might see that, you know, they're doing things, they're living their life all crazy, and they're doing things of the world, and they're living their life any type of way they want to live their life, and they seem to have money, they seem to have everything that they want. How many times do you see celebrities post about how stressed out they are, how much anxiety they have, like how terrible they feel, like how, you know, depressed they are? Like, how many times do you see stuff like that? That's because they're not doing things right. Just because you see somebody successful, you know, successfully living their best life off of like scamming or something. Like you see somebody that's a scammer and they have money to do things and travel and do nice things, they always have that guilt about what they did. They can't sleep well at night. They have nice things, but they really are tore up on the inside because they know they didn't do things the right way. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you have to at some point in your life make a decision to do things the right way, because when you do things the right way, like your life will you just have total freedom. Okay, you have freedom, and freedom doesn't mean that you get to do whatever you want to do all day every day, but you can go about your life without feeling convicted, okay, without feeling guilty, without feeling like you owe something to someone, or like, you know, without feeling bad about the decisions that you make. One way, because a lot of people ask me this because, you know, I've gone through my periods of time where I had like, you know, like 50 cents in my account or whatever, and I know how I was gonna make it till I, you know, get paid or whatever. But it's like when you know you're doing things the right way, you know that God always is gonna have your back. That's when you can have faith, because you know that He always is He gonna get you right. You know, He gonna get you right on time, right when you need it. Okay, that's why I don't stress about things. Like, I don't stress about money. I don't stress about whether or not something is gonna work out for me, because whatever is meant for me is gonna be for me, because I know I'm doing things right. Okay, that's why I can live without having to stress. Back in the day, when I used to be doing terrible things and I used to be not living my life, you know, like when I used to be just not caring about the decisions that I make, just living life on the edge or whatever. Those were the days I would wake up crying for no reason. Those were the days where I just felt unfulfilled, when I just didn't know what it was. I couldn't put my finger on what it was, because I was just so blinded by the things I was doing, and I just could not figure out why I just felt so terrible all the time, and why I was always stressed out, and why I was always worried about how I was gonna make it from here to here. That's because I was doing things all out of whack. I was doing things all out of order. Like, I was not living life good, you know, like I was really out here wilding. And when I was out here wilding, like, I swear, like, I used to feel terrible all the time. Like, I used to just not even know why I was upset. I used to be so mad, like, and not even know why, you know. Like, moral of the story is, you don't have to wonder why things are so hard. You just have to look in the mirror, and you have to evaluate yourself and check yourself and look at the decisions that you're making, and that'll be all the answers that you need for right now. Okay, the universe is not out to get you. Okay, the universe is not working against you. All right, God is not testing you. God is not putting you through the ringer. Okay, He's not doing that. Okay, that's you that's making the bad decision. That's your spirit that you're letting the enemy get into, making you do things the wrong way. Okay, the enemy wants to confuse you. He wants to come in and make you do things the wrong way and make your life harder. You're allowing him to get into you and causing your life to just wreak havoc. Okay, like, so look in the mirror, evaluate the decision that you're making, and ask yourself, you know, is this the right thing to be doing? Like, you know, am I doing this right? You know what I'm saying? When you look in the mirror and you discover that, and you realize that you can be making better decisions and better choices in life, then that's when the freedom comes. That's when you can live life without being stressed all the time. That's when you can live life without that fear and that guilt and anxiety. That's when you can have faith, and that's when you can truly relax and enjoy your life and live life in the moment, because you know it's going to work out. You don't always have to be worrying about the future or crying over your past. Okay, so if you enjoyed this video and you got all the way through this video, I congratulate you for wanting to be the best version of yourself and wanting to be a better person. Okay, and I just, you know, I just want the best for us. I just want all of us to live our best lives, okay? And thank you so much for tuning into this video. And I just want everybody to just be great, okay? I just want everybody to be great. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like it. Subscribe to my channel. Turn on your notifications, because I will be uploading another video in a few days or so. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and I will see y'all next time. Thank you.